long.
We're live!
Heyo.
Swearing at the
Son of
very beginning of the
everyone.
podcast. Live.
Lo- Oh God. I had to mute our audio. Oh wait, I should probably make sure it's working.
I can hear you.
Well,
Yeah.
we can not on stream.
Oh.
Not on stream. Yeah, but
Okay, I
it's
fixed
okay.
it. I fixed it. Okay, we're ready. Everyone talk just to be sure.
All right.
Okay.
No. We gotta do this right. We gotta do this right. Sound check.
Okay.
Kill issue. All right, now you,
Skill issue.
George.
It's a skill issue.
God damn it.
Terrible, George.
That was
0
pretty
out of
close.
10.
That was pretty
0 out
close.
of like 1,000. That was horrible.
0 out of 10 and 0 out of 1,000 are the same number. Just so you know.
Yeah.
0 out of 1,000 sounds worse.
The corrections have already started.
No maidens.
Oh, okay. So how is everyone's Thanksgiving week going?
0 out of 10 rounded
It
down.
hasn't started yet.
Yeah, it has.
I'm just at work. It's not
Yeah.
Thanksgiving week until I actually go home.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's gonna be great tomorrow when I leave work for the until Monday.
Oh, dude, nice.
That's gonna fucking slap.
Yeah. I'm off
Hell
of school
yeah.
this week, so my vacation pretty much already started.
Nice, bud.
Yeah. So I've just been watching World Cup all day long, every day.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's what he do.
I saw Messi score 3 goals and only one of them actually counted.
Oh, I didn't even because it was 5 a.m. That was the one I missed.
Yeah,
That's fucked up.
It was offsides calls left and right.
Yeah, I saw that Argentina had
biased
15
refs. Biased refs. Biased refs.
Yeah, I don't want to say. I'm not trying to accuse anyone, but they had some iffy calls in the Tunisia game and in the Qatar game. Like that first goal that got disallowed in the Qatar game. So I don't know. They do seem to be favoring Muslim majority countries, but I'm not accusing anyone of anything. Just an observation. Don't sue me.
They're not Hans neither.
Yeah.
Did you hear about
Oh God.
the thing with Budweiser?
No.
Yeah, they were the only beer that was supposed to be
unsold beer?
Well, I heard that they were the ones that were supposed to be basically the only beers sold in the stadium, and then it got cut, so they got fucked over, basically. Or something like that, right?
I think I saw a photo of a warehouse of just all
They have
beer.
They have $150 million of product or something like that.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Over there that's just sitting.
Yeah.
I heard something like they're going to award it to the winning team or something like that. I don't know.
That's funny as hell.
That'd be great.
But also, that's not that good of a reward.
Yeah, I think that all the sponsorship money that those players will get in the next, the 4 years after will be worth a lot more than a shit ton of beer.
Shit ton of.
I forget what they're basically. What they're going to try to do is sue FIFA for fucking.
Well, they should sue Qatar because it's FIFA was the one who was. Well, I mean, FIFA just gave up. They were Qatar 2 days before or whatever was like, actually, we're not selling beer, and then FIFA was just like, okay.
Well, if FIFA was the one who basically was like, okay, you can sell beer here.
Yeah, but I mean, Qatar gave them that.
Yeah, that's true.
That guarantee or whatever.
It's probably a lot iffier to sue a government.
Yeah, that's true. It isn't impossible though. You can't try to sue a country, but yeah, it is probably a lot easier to sue
FIFA.
Yeah. I don't even know what FIFA counts as. Are they technically a non-profit?
Now they're just an organization, right?
I think they're technically like an organization can mean a lot of things, but I think they're technically a non-profit organization.
That's
I could be wrong. I'm gonna look it up. Is FIFA a non-profit?
As Mr. Biden would say.
Yeah, a non-profit organization.
That's bullshit.
Yep. They're a non-profit with like $1 billion in the bank.
Aren't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's some bullshit. Oh, some absolute trash. Fuck you, FIFA.
Non-profit for Budweiser.
Yeah, FIFA's probably getting fucked over by this by going to Qatar.
Yeah. I mean,
how long ago?
It's just shining a light.
Deservedly too, but
it's just shining a light, like a magnifying glass, on how fucking corrupt and awful they are. So,
how long ago was it decided that Qatar would host?
I think 2014. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Could even be before that, but they decided in advance.
Yeah, I was gonna say they got to plan for like years and years in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ages ago. Yeah, because they have to construct the fucking.
Yeah, I know.
They have to construct the stadium, but a lot of places do.
Yeah.
And Qatar definitely had to.
Yeah, I definitely knew about Qatar, like, at the time of Brazil, so I know it's at least 2014.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yep. Oh my goodness. So I guess we could talk a little bit about the World Cup as our, like, topical thing. Since we're already talking about FIFA. The games have been... Oh, God, they went exactly how I pretty much thought they were going to go the first day, and then the second day was like...
The first day was one game.
Yeah, fucking Saudi Arabia. No, sorry,
the first 2 days.
Beating Argentina is like... What the fuck? Shit? Argentina's a powerhouse and Saudi Arabia sucks.
Yeah, Argentina was like I'm just a casual fan, but like Argentina was in like my top 3 or 4 to win, and now like I put this in the group chat earlier, like Spain lost their first match in 2010 and they went on to win. They lost against Switzerland and then they won every single, preceding match. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look good for the Argentina side after today.
Yeah.
And France, when they went down 1-0, I was like, oh no, what? All the Giants are going to get fucking dethroned or whatever. But
yeah,
France then responded with 4 goals. So
yeah,
in pure France fashion.
Keeping it sporting. What homies.
Say, wouldn't pure France fashion be surrendering instead?
No. They won the whole thing last time. They're the defending champs.
Yeah.
How dare you disrespect France? Mbappe will show up at your house, kick you in the shin.
Yeah, for context.
These French people don't seem very nice.
For context, RJ and I have no idea what teams are good and who are.
No, RJ does because he used to play some FIFA.
Some idea.
Yeah, he used to play FIFA with me.
Yeah, so the European teams for the most part are pretty good.
Yeah, especially Western Europe.
And so are the like Argentina and Brazil are also really good. And then everyone else kind of sucks.
Oh. Yeah. Uruguay is also pretty good as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of good teams.
Latin American countries are good.
A lot of people are getting offended right now. I mean, the Ivory Coast is pretty good. Mexico's pretty good.
Mexico's pretty good, but it's not like
Croatia made it to the final last year. Mexico's last World Cup, I believe, right?
Mexico
it was France.
Went to the final?
Croatia. No, not Mexico. Croatia. Croatia.
Oh, Croatia?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I believe, unless I'm tripping. I mean, they do have Modric. This is probably his last World Cup.
But it's basically like
it was Croatia. There's 4-2 in the final.
Your big contenders are pretty much like always like the big first world European nations, and then
because a lot of it is just money.
There's some other ones.
Like it's basically 2 factors. It's how much your country. It's like your country's GDP and a factor of how much your country loves soccer.
Yeah.
It's basically those two things multiplied together is how good you are on average at soccer as a country.
Yeah. Population size matters too.
Yeah, sorry. So I guess 3 factors: population size, how much you love soccer, and your GDP.
Well, I think those first two things matter more, because otherwise you'd see places like the United States and China and like have a lot better showings.
It's really like the factor that matters the most, far and away the best, or the most,
is how much you love soccer.
Is how much you love the sport. Because it's like why you see like in rugby, like the All Blacks have like their country has a population of like, I don't know, one of the smaller states, but they like regularly just dominate the world at rugby because their culture is all about rugby. They love it. So like it definitely the most important factor is how much your country loves
and nobody else even dares play American football.
Yeah. Because they can't,
because they know they lose.
They know they get CTE.
Yeah. Who else is large? Yeah, they're smart.
It's not like you're not getting CTE in rugby.
I think they do get less because they don't have helmets, so they don't take as many hits to the head, so they get less CTE. No, I think that like, well, I guess nothing's known for sure, but like from my understanding, that's what the science is showing so far, is that helmets are actually a negative because it's like the whole thing where like boxing became more dangerous when they introduced gloves. It's because you could
hit way harder.
Yeah, anytime you're anytime you're allowing more hits to the head, it's actually a bad thing.
Yeah.
You don't want a higher quantity of hits to the head.
So. Dude, safety equipment is a crutch. It's fake.
Yeah. It's a bunch of nonsense. Safety?
To make the sport really safe, we should put spikes over all the players.
Yeah, then no one will touch anyone. They'd be too scared.
Try to flop in soccer now. If you don't have blood spewing from you, it's a fake.
Yeah. Oh my god, the flopping is so funny at the World Cup. Like, you'll see like a replay where someone's hand will go like this, and then like the person who got hit reaction to that is like like slow motion. It looks like they're like like having their appendix removed or something. I don't know, like something super painful, like getting nails shoved under or having a pin shoved under their nails or some shit like that. Like, they look like they're in excruciating pain when they just got, like, flicked. Falling to the ground and writhing.
Oh, there's so some famous clip of somebody actually just, like, flicking the other player in the head.
There's this famous clip from,
This is why, that's a thing in sports. Like, it was gonna happen eventually because it's objectively the best way to play the game. Like, if you want to win, you should be flopping.
Yeah.
It sucks that that's, like, optimal play.
Yeah, exactly. It's optimal play, so it's going to happen. This is exactly why drugs, like performance enhancing drugs, aren't allowed in sports, is because it's the optimal way to play, but it's also fucking dangerous to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely, like pro athletes absolutely will put their bodies on the line to win games.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't.
Yeah. Well,
they shouldn't do that.
There's so many games in soccer where it'll be like 0-0 and then someone will just get a penalty in like the 80-something minute. And then that's the game. Yeah. The game is who got that penalty. So it's like, yeah.
And you can't really flop in. It's hard to flop in like certain other like contact sports, which is why you don't see anyone going in contact sports. It's like, oh, you got hit hard? Yeah, that happens, dickhead.
Yeah. If they're actually in excruciating pain, they're just fucking passed out. Like they're just knocked out fucking cold.
Like if they're actually in excruciating pain, like they're bleeding, it. They're they have to like tell someone or something. Like,
but it's funny you mentioned like famous flops, Ryobi. I gotta send you this clip. There's this one. I think it was Roberto Carlos who did it. An old legendary Brazilian player, but it could not have been him. So I might be misremembering. But basically,
without
Yeah. But anyway, so someone kicked. He was about to take a corner, and someone kicks the ball at him instead of like to him, and it hits him in like the thigh, and then he like grabs his face and falls over. But it hits him in like the thigh, the ball.
Not even the right.
And I'm pretty sure the person got a card for it too, like the person who kicked the ball to him. So
yeah,
it's pretty funny. But
I just have no idea how you would go about trying to get rid of flopping in soccer.
Yeah, there isn't really a legitimate way you can do it, instead of being harsher on the people that flop too. So it's like a high risk, high reward thing in that case, instead of just being a high reward thing. At least it's high risk that way, because if you get caught flopping, it should be like an automatic red type of a thing.
Yeah.
That way, it would really disincentivize as much as they could flopping. But
yeah, it's
allowed to become a full contact sport. I think that'll.
I think they need to check.
People stop faking injuries once they start getting real ones.
They should be all allowed one weapon.
You get one free swing per game. You gotta make it count.
It's kind of what a yellow card is. It's not true, because you can get a straight red, but whoever gets a straight red, I mean, go kick someone. You got one warning.
Let's add steel toe boots to soccer.
Somebody's about to take a free kick, and you just have one person on your team run up and tackle the goalie before your team shoots.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, I think I read I told you that Iran's goalie was brought off on a stretcher in the England game.
Broken nose.
Yeah, he had a broken nose. I found out later. Yeah,
that's wild.
I would have found that while I was watching, but Peacock only lets me watch in Spanish, so I didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah, I looked up all the places to watch it, and there's no like Peacock's the only streaming option, proper streaming option.
Yeah.
Like YouTube TV, I think is
yeah, it's like pay $5 a month for Peacock and watch it in Spanish, or pay like $50 for YouTube TV.
YouTube.
It's like
or pay like $200 for cable so you can watch it on Fox.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Because ESPN doesn't have a streaming service for some reason.
I thought they had ESPN Plus now. It's in that Disney bundle thing, but maybe they're not streaming the World Cup.
Maybe they didn't get the rights for it.
Yeah, they might not have got the rights.
Well, ESPN is a subsidiary of Fox, isn't it?
No, it's Disney.
Off my ass.
It's Disney. ESPN is Disney.
So Fox. Okay, I thought it was a subsidiary.
Fox Sports is a subsidiary of Fox and. Is it just Foxcom? I think it's just Foxcom.
Yeah.
But they had some big split. They had some big weird split, I think. Fox
they have the rights. That might be the only place you can watch it in English. I think it's ridiculous. No one uses cable.
Yeah.
Fox Sports is where I had to watch the highlights.
Am I misremembering, or did they? Yeah, they split it. Yeah, Murdoch split his empire in 2013. Yeah, he split it into News Corp and 21st Century Fox. He split like the news and the entertainment parts of it up, I see. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, so this week we were going to try moving. I don't know if anyone even has any recommendations or corrections.
End, right?
Yeah, but we're going to move that to the end. So, did anyone want to start?
Go. Mine's kind. Nah. I can go second.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want to jump into George's?
Oh God. Should we do that first? That seems risky.
Are we doing the play?
Yeah.
That we haven't practiced.
So what do we really should have determined in order beforehand, but I'm gonna do just like a kind of like free-form discussion of Pokemon, and you're going to do what you're doing. We know what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
And Ryobi was doing what?
Doing some failed products discussions, and one of them is actually related to the
open
our current
like
topic.
open discussion, or if
No, I have.
it's
I have
related
a
to it. I
made
feel
a
like you
PowerPoint.
should go first.
No, because it's only part of it is.
Okay.
I'll do whatever. I'll go first if you don't want to.
Okay, figure it out. I gotta pee real quick.
I think we sandwich
Oh my
Georgians,
God.
right?
I gotta pee.
Okay,
I gotta
fine.
pee in my bladder,
Go
right?
pee.
Do we sandwich Georgias? I think we sandwich Georgias. What do you think? Or do we head from discussion
Dude,
to discussion?
I don't care. I'll go. George, we'll just have to wait for George to pull up my nonsense.
Or maybe I'll go.
I'll kill you. Didn't come up with a good title for this segment, so I just kind of named it "Failed Products," and then I was trying to work something around hindsight.
Did we come to a decision?
I guess.
Are we doing failed? Are we doing? Oh,
I'm going.
All right, Ryobi's going.
I will fight you.
Fight me.
All right.
You can't win. You're just a virtual character.
Oh shit! He's figured out I don't actually have hands.
You don't even exist.
I'll headbutt you. I'll bite your nose off.
No, again, no. But through the TV screen isn't gonna happen.
Yeah, your webcam's on the TV screen. I'll just bite your virtual nose off.
I gotta flip myself around.
I'll fucking suck your virtual dick.
No, I don't have one. I don't have arms. I don't have anything below like what you see.
Too bad. You think that matters to RJ? He's a fucking fiend.
Yeah. What were they thinking?
What were they thinking? What was I thinking?
What were you thinking?
What was I thinking?
Tell me, please.
All right, we're good to go, sir.
I figured it out. Okay, I was trying to flip myself so it looked like I was looking at the presentation you're giving, and I finally figured it out. So we are good.
Dude, so proud of you.
You're gonna have to read everything out because this is like 30 seconds behind for me.
This is very time. Okay, well that's fine. I like reading. Okay, so introduction. So I talked to you, and you know kind of how I ended up here, but I wanted to do something on like what is common sense, and a fun thing that I think kind of relates to that is like if you were given a product idea, would you be able to instantly tell whether it was good or not, having no background in it? So I basically tried to find some not necessarily famous products, because for a lot of these they're not famous because
Colgate.
That's an example. So Colgate, the toothpaste company,
they should have
frozen dinners.
I'm gonna be honest, Colgate, you should have, I don't know, made a subsidiary brand or something like that. Not put your name on it.
It's so easy. I mean, Procter and Gamble, for example, sells toothpaste, and they also sell like frozen dinners, but they don't sell it under the name. They don't sell their frozen dinners under Old Spice. You know what I mean?
Old Spice would make more sense.
Yeah, that is true.
It might make more sense than.
Oh my god!
Having their.
I was just saying Old Spice because
No, I
P&G own it.
I can kind of see how they didn't think to create a subsidiary brand.
Yeah, because it's
like they should at least have like a spin on it where it's like, oh, food that's meant to be good for your teeth or something. Or like clean while you eat.
They should have mitigated their branding. They should have mitigated their branding.
They shouldn't have been such a successful toothpaste
It's
company.
like, have you seen those dog treats?
Really? They have incredibly good toothpaste branding, and that hurt them really badly in the frozen beef lasagna market.
Have you seen those dog treats that are like dental chews or whatever, where they like literally they could have cracked into the human dental chews market, but they didn't.
Those are for dogs.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Right now they're for dogs.
Advertising by telling people that beef lasagna is good for their teeth.
Yeah, by that point you've already made 600 million. And then you could just settle the lawsuit.
Frozen food that was good for your teeth.
They could
they have the good for your teeth brand.
Okay, hear me out.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They could have broken into that niche.
Frozen edible toothpaste.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, okay, hold on. Sorry to sidetrack, but this is actually what I was hoping was happening. How do those dental chews for dogs actually help dogs' teeth? Like, what are they actually doing?
Probably, like, they probably just have, like...
Probably exercise the gums or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they probably like, scrape stuff off, like plaque, and then they probably also have, like, minty, or what... Some fresh, probably mint thing to make their breath smell a little better. It's probably mostly marketing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can understand like, the breath aspect. I don't know if there's any product you could eat that would would make your teeth cleaner after consuming it.
Well, I think they're hard, so like
yeah,
like if it would scrape, but then when it gets wet, it dissolves. That would make sense. Like it could scrape plaque off, and then it could
brushing your teeth.
Yeah,
but
obviously,
dogs can't brush their teeth.
Well, I mean, you can. We do have a dog toothbrush, but it's very hard, and it's better. Like on the day-to-day basis, it's much more realistic to just give them a dental chew or something.
Yeah.
On a day-to-day basis, I think it's okay that dogs don't have dental care.
Well, it depends on the dog. Some dogs have bad teeth. Like
Alpha.
When we had a greyhound, like the only treats we gave it were the dental chews because
like they can have dead tooths. They can have halitosis. They can have a bunch of shit that like makes their breath bad. So if like you have a dog that has something like that, then
even there's like just genetically poor like dental health. Like
sure, but usually what that means is they have teeth that get naturally dirtier, so they lead to one of those things. It's like how a pug has poor respiratory health because its face is all squished, and that leads to other breathing problems.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got here from Colgate being dental chews.
Nah, yeah, Colgate did not go for that. This is just regular ass lasagna.
Boring.
Yeah, so certain sometimes we had the exact same reaction just now that people back then did when they came out with this. And it's like, how did they not realize that before they made a whole product line? And yeah, sometimes hindsight's 2020. It's like sometimes it was so incredibly obvious now, but whatever step it made it through all the steps, and somehow that box never got. Well, the box did get checked, and it shouldn't have been to proceed. So yeah, sometimes some of these are lesser known like this because they failed.
I wonder if Colgate was trying to like push its brand into a new market. Didn't have an understanding of how absolutely tied to toothpaste their brand was. How iconic they were.
Yeah, like you said, literally they wanted to make the most of their already well-known name, but at the same time,
I mean, literally all they had to do
well-known name was associated with something that's not food.
All they had to do was create a new, subsidiary with new branding to do, and this would have been fine.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. How do you distinguish it from being any other beef lasagna that's frozen? If the name is a complete unknown, so that's the other end of the spectrum.
Well, it's like the thing is, it's like your competitive advantage of your Colgate getting into a market like frozen dinners is just like your means of production, and you're you're a huge company, so you have all of this capital and all of these assets going in that other firms might not have.
Yeah, they had all the whatchamacallit, like the overhead covered and all the I guess like means of production to back it up.
Yeah,
but
they could have at least
just started slow.
Yeah,
they could have at least prettied up. They could have at least prettied up.
Yeah, it looks gross. It doesn't look appetizing at all.
I mean,
the Colgate, it's in that red strip that's on the toothpaste. It's in the same red strip and exactly the same font. They could have at least changed the font and did like Colgate Foods, Colgate anything. Anything. If if they really thought that there was an advantage for some reason of keeping the name Colgate on that box, they should have changed it.
Yeah.
Obviously, they could have done a number of things.
Yeah.
That sounds fine to me. Maybe they had some reason why they didn't. We'll never really know because
They're probably just idiots.
I don't think they're going to try to go back into it anytime soon.
Yeah.
Or maybe they have and they took the name off and I don't even know it's Colgate.
Yeah, now it's Stouffer's.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so like I have a couple of these ones at the end of just like fun ones to talk about, but I have 3 that I kind of could find a lot of detail on.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't have the Wikipedia pages up, but we're just going to get right into it and I'll see what I remember. So the first one is Google Glass, which you guys should be familiar with.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was an attempt to break into wearable tech. Yeah, this is like 2013, and everybody was
Didn't they?
This is really before smartwatches took off. But
didn't they
not function very well?
Didn't they just put this into hibernation, like they just said that, or did they completely scrap it?
They have not shelved it completely. They're working on like augmented reality stuff.
That's what I thought. I thought they still were in this space.
I think it's an inherently good idea.
It definitely is. I think AR is going to explode over the next century. It's just like they were too early. They were like they got there before the technology did.
Yeah.
Yes, and as of what this did is you could like record video and photos. You had a tiny screen in the right lens that you could like it's specifically called out like checking like social media feeds and stuff like that, but you could obviously expand that to anything that had a transmitted screen too.
Yeah.
This did have a voice activation
porn at work.
Oh yeah.
In order to search the internet, and it did have that bar on the right. It had some sort of like touch capability for like certain controls. I couldn't really figure out more than that, but that is kind of how it functioned. But before I get into it, from what you remember, why didn't this do well?
Well, kind of the reason
I have no idea. Honestly, it just disappeared. Yeah, I imagine that it just did not function.
Yeah, I think my understanding is that the technology just wasn't quite ready and that it didn't function in a way that was ready to sell to a consumer at a price point that would both make money and, summon demand.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. So pretty much it. Cost was one thing, and then what's the word? Price point. Yeah, they couldn't find that happy medium. This was $1,500.
Yeah,
and that's back. And that's in 2013 money.
I could see some.
Yeah,
I could see some
$2,000.
Yeah, I could see some dumbass like
early adopters,
fancy rich. There's so many stupid, completely useless garbage things
RJ,
with insane price tags that super wealthy people will buy for no fucking reason. And this for $1,500, this is not the stupidest thing you could buy for $1,500.
Oh yeah, yes. I mean, anyone who buys any jewelry is like, or any car, like every dollar you spend on a car above like $80,000, you might as well be flushing down the drain.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Not to mention, like garbage, like merch for certain things, like really fancy car companies have tons of this. Or like you could
like Porsche jackets. I
guarantee
and stuff.
There's like a Ferrari jacket that costs $3,000. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And
it's so silly.
It's just a regular jacket with the Ferrari logo on it.
Yeah.
There's nothing different.
Yeah.
It's just branded.
Into a car.
You paid to wear a brand.
Like people,
you paid to advertise somebody's company.
It's fucking it's fucking crazy to me that people will spend like thousands of dollars on an outfit, and it's just like, why? Like I don't get it.
Yeah. So one thing that I've learned, I think my dad actually told me this, is that people are weird about money. What's worth like $1,000 to someone might be completely different to somebody else.
Yeah.
And what you guys both mentioned, and that of like luxury products, because that's when you, especially with like the cars and stuff. But notably, that is not how Google Glass was marketed. It wasn't marketed as a luxury product.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, people thought it looked stupid. It didn't look good. It wasn't fashionable, so it didn't appeal to those people who would like.
Yeah, they should have realized that this would have been like their demographic for this. They were trying to break into just like everyone using AR, like basically becoming the iPhone of AR. But it's like that's not what they should have been trying to do. They should have been trying to become like, you know, like the douchey tech bro, like who has too much money from Silicon Valley.
They should have been marketing like, this to crypto fags.
Yeah. Oh my goodness!
This is like the direction that smartwatches have taken. This is the area that smartwatches have succeeded in.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And companies have made them pretty expensive, but they've also made them look nice, look fancy.
I think smartwatches are stupid.
It's not any sillier than other regular ass watches that people pay thousands of dollars for, though.
Also, no, but like it's a digital. It's basically it does barely anything more. It's barely any more convenient than my phone, and like for the things I like for like almost all of the things that it does more than just a regular digital watch does. It does like. The screen's so small, it's useless at it.
Well, the reason I want one is for like the tracking, like the health monitoring aspects.
That's true.
Of like the smartwatch.
I don't care about health monitoring my health. I can't summon the determination to do anything about it. So
RJ
might as well ignore it.
Yeah. RJ doesn't need a monitor to tell him it's bad. It's bad.
Your heart rate's really high. No.
Yeah. So
it's like
go ahead.
Whenever I see the new Google Google or Fitbit by Google, I think like Google bought Fitbit or whatever, so there's new ads. It's like Fitbit by Google, and every time I'm like, oh, next semester when I have a job.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm like I was like, they look really good and really sleek. I really like the way they look. I'm like, they have like a phone's battery life versus like a digital watch that's like, might have to replace this battery after like 4 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So here's the thing. There's definitely like specifically about smartwatches. I think I have a cheap smartwatch. But it has a lot of functions. I don't use any of them. I really just use it for like time. And I think it cost me like a little over $100. It was like Amazon's version or whatever. And I'm totally fine with paying a little over $100 for something I wear that looks. Well, it looked okay before I dropped it, and I
think it still looks good.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks better. It looks better than the watch I wear. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did I have tape on it when
my watch is ugly?
I saw it.
I don't know. I don't recall.
I have tape holding mine together.
Oh no!
I hate. You can't find any like attractive digital watches. Straight up, don't exist.
Yeah, mine has character or something. That's what I tell myself.
I think the best digital watches are the ones that just disguise themselves as an analog watch that just like look like metal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just look like it. Analog watches are gorgeous. No other wristwear will ever look better than an analog watch.
Yeah, except for a smartwatch by Fitbit.
I don't think smartwatches look better than analog watches.
Except for a live python wrapped.
That's because you're a millennial.
No, Ryobi's right. I think a live snake is actually the coolest form of wristwear.
A live snake that wraps around my arm and tells me the time when I ask it.
Yeah. No, the live snake has a Fitbit on it like a collar.
Oh, like a collar. That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure
your body temperature is really low.
I'm pretty sure the best wristwear is one of those just like leather bands circa 2004
No, definitely not.
What were those like ones that looked like woven? Like
like
thread?
the braided bracelets or whatever.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It looked like they were older than the Civil War.
Yeah.
You wore them for like a year.
Yeah. Oh, they got all like yellow.
Those are better than the leather bands. I'm gonna be honest. I might have a soft spot for those, but my wrist could never handle it. Like they look itchy.
Yeah, they do. Okay.
And also, I like wearing a watch.
You know the basic like rubber like Live Strong bracelets, but then everyone just made their own versions of them. That's my ideal.
Those are horrible.
I'm sad. Mine snapped like a month ago, and I haven't replaced it. I'm sad.
No, but I can't wait till augmented reality is like the norm, and like we could just like, be like, oh, how do I get to work? And it just like highlights a path like a fucking video game, and like
Yeah. Oh my god.
It'd be so
That'd
great.
be sick.
Yeah.
Nah, I want Among Us VR just came out, so we're getting there.
Honestly, I'm thankful. I'm thankful Google Maps came out. What a fucking game changer!
Oh my
like,
people had to like know where they were going before they left, like before Google Maps. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, like it's like honestly, the things before Google Maps, even like really, like I've test driven like modern cars with built-in sat nav.
Mine has one.
And it's garbage.
My sat nav
horrible.
My sat nav is fucking
of the
garbage.
time, it's worse than Google Maps.
I stopped after I like got my brother's hand-me-down car. Shout out to Andrew. Like I was using like the sat nav for a week, and it would just like it doesn't know about any construction whatsoever, and sometimes it does like it just gets the streets wrong and shit like that. Like it's awful.
The one I used, you couldn't just like search up a thing and then it would tell you the address. You had to input the address. If you wanted to go to McDonald's, you'd have to know what the fucking address for McDonald's was.
Mine at least does that. Like I can search like Cracker Barrel.
That's old.
Yeah, that's awful.
No, that was in like a 2013 vehicle, 2014, 2015 vehicle.
I mean, for vehicles, that's pretty old.
Yeah, that's pretty. But at that time, Google Maps was fucking like.
Yeah,
Google
that's
Maps
true. That's true.
Guessed where you wanted to go. It's like.
Yeah, in like 5 seconds.
All but drive you there.
Yeah, that's true. So.
Oh my god!
Next product.
Absolutely, Google's best product.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Maps.
Yeah.
Google Maps is a real one.
Maybe the best free product in existence.
Yeah, I mean they do take all your data, but that's okay. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Worth.
This isn't financial advice, and do your own research and all that shit. But Google's also just, I think, overall a great investment. And
it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah,
it's gonna be around.
Yeah.
So final assessment. Google, as George mentioned, they're not done with this yet. They definitely lost money with this release.
Oh, I mean,
when it came out. I could only find a rough estimate of hundreds of millions, at least, on Google Glass.
Yeah.
But like I said, they're not done with it yet. They kind of just shifted focus and put this on the back burner, so to speak, and then they're continuing to work on it and find use cases for it.
Yeah,
it's just premium.
Honestly, I think this is a bigger fail from Google.
Is premium tech douche material. I cannot believe they didn't market it to them.
I think
it's like it's an utterly useless thing. Like realistically, that's just like kind of futury and like techno-y, and like that's everything it needs to be.
Well, RJ, now we're getting back to
but it also has to be good.
Their target was everyone, like smartwatches. And
iPods and iPhones.
And for that price tag, that was like it was
unrealistic.
The thing is, the super techie. I need to buy like the newest model phone every year, sort of thing. Those did buy that, and it wasn't enough people.
Whoops.
Yeah.
To make up for how much they poured into this.
Honestly, I think the biggest fail from Google, like for a failed product, I think honestly the bigger one is arguably Google Stadia, more so than Google Glass. I think that's been the bigger fail for them.
Well, that's not fun to talk about.
Did it cost more money?
Well, it's kind of more relevant for us.
Is that their gaming platform or their streaming thing?
It's their
gaming platform.
Well,
the thing is, it's fully dead.
Games.
They stream game,
which is just like, now that's a common sense thing. That really is like a. They
again did it too early and before like bandwidth were really there, especially in like anywhere where you can't get perfect internet basically. And it's like,
even then, I think Google Glass might have had a market, right? Like, it theoretically it could have become successful.
It did, and it does. It was just like wrong time.
Yeah, but I think that's what I'm saying about both of them.
Google's,
I think gaming streaming will be a thing, and I think
before you get into an entire new product, I just want to
well, I think they'll both be a thing. I think Google Glass had a chance to become a thing in 2013.
I don't.
Google Stadia could not have, like, I'm frankly surprised it lasted as long as it did.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but like, I don't think either of them would have. I mean, I agree with your take on Stadia. I don't think either of them. Like, I think there may have been a market, but like even the people that would spend $1,500 or $2,000 on it, like, would never have thought it would have. I don't think it was just marketing. Basically, again, it goes back to the technology just not being there yet.
Yeah, maybe.
Can I ask for a time
I think
check?
maybe if Apple came out with this product,
I have two more of these to talk
succeeded
about.
to a degree.
Okay, yeah, let's speed run them.
All right, let's go. Last bit. Conspicuously recording and taking pictures was a major legal concern for Google Glass.
Yeah.
And also, if you aimed the glasses at a QR code, they could be like hacked if it was like you took it, like automatically like took you to a certain page. So yeah, those are two other things. Okay, moving on though.
Makes sense.
Crystal Pepsi. This one, very simple product. This was back in 1992.
Yeah.
Shout out to my 90s kids. This was born from the desire to capitalize on consumers. This is kind of where people were like a little more getting more health conscious, but still being like, yeah, healthy soda. Yeah, I can get into that.
Yeah.
Obviously, it did not take. It did succeed. Notably, it did succeed in the short term. So their goal with releasing Crystal Pepsi was like, all right, we want like a lighter flavor soda and one that like looks like it's healthier. So that's like, oh, how do you get like the quote unquote Pepsi flavor while getting a clear liquid? Because a lot of the ingredients that make Pepsi the way it is, you can't just remove the color like that. So what they did do is they made a soda that was clear. I don't know how much it tastes like actual Pepsi, but they went hard with this. They had Super Bowl ads, and it's made like 400, I think 1% of the soft drink market in its first year. That was the target, and it achieved that. I want to say that was around 475 million, at least $400 million. And it did succeed in that margin. And I think I'm going to do what I did last time. Why do you think, before I show anything, why you guys don't remember Crystal Pepsi? Because I don't think we were as old as we were.
It tasted bad.
Yeah, why do you think it failed? Okay, so taste.
Yeah, my guess is taste, and also just maybe like it didn't hit the goal of being a health, like it wasn't that much healthier basically.
Was it actually clear, or was it kind of like milky white?
It's clear. Okay. It's this picture is accurate. It's a clear plastic bottle and it's a clear liquid.
It's so weird. Was Sprite a thing at the time, and or 7-Up, things like that? Like, I'm confused. was a clear soda novel?
Cola flavor.
So yeah,
I see. Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be cola flavored.
I see.
I've never actually had Crystal Pepsi, but
yeah.
George is pretty close with his it's not actually, it wasn't at the final design. They had design level issues basically of, turns out when you have a brown, like soda is brown for a reason, I learned. And actually things like you said, Sprite and 7-Up, those are clear liquids, but they're in green bottles for a reason, because when you expose soda and like soft drinks to sunlight, it deteriorates. So when it's brown, it resists that, and when it's in a colored bottle, it also resists that. This didn't have either of those protections, so if it sat out, it would taste like shit.
Oh, that's actually really interesting.
Well, I guess taste as well.
Well, here's as it was, people were not super thrilled about the taste.
Yeah.
It was a novelty. People were
what
like,
was
"Oh,
the
this is great."
nuclear option?
I'll tell you that in a second. So people basically they drank. It's like, "Oh, this is great. I'll try it." And then they're like, "Yeah, it's whatever. I'm just gonna drink regular Pepsi or regular cola." So it took off for the first year, and then everybody dropped it because it was no longer a fad. It fell off.
Yeah.
And as George had said, getting the chemical composition for this, for having a soda that tastes like Pepsi, this guy who's like the food scientist, I forget his name, was Kumar something. He was actually this really famous dude. I think he came up with like the formulation for like Doritos. And so he worked for a bunch of other companies, but they wouldn't tell him. They're like, make this taste like Pepsi and make it clear, but also we're not going to tell you the recipe for Pepsi. Good luck.
What?
Because it was like a trade secret. Like only the highest level people knew the secret formula for Pepsi.
Yeah.
So he basically was like flying blind, and like he had to come up with it in a certain amount of time. And what he boiled down to was like he came up with something close, and a lot of like high fructose corn syrup instead of like whatever sugar cane.
Yeah.
And cola syrup. I don't know. I don't actually know how soda's made. But anyway, it didn't taste good enough to stand on its own beyond being I'll try it once and then kind of move on. Because you know how a lot of fast food places, they have like limited time only released products.
Yeah.
This would have been great as one of those. But their intent was capitalizing on the healthier soda market. And it's like, and then when you look at the bottles, I want to say it's like 160 versus like 130 or 40 calories for a bottle. So it was only like 20 calories cheaper.
Yeah.
It wasn't healthy.
That's exactly what I meant by my guess.
It wasn't actually healthier. It wasn't
healthier. Not significantly enough to be.
That's exactly what I meant by my guess. Was like it would be like 20 calories less or some shit like that.
Yeah, no, you were spot on. It wasn't like design level issues of soda's brown for a reason, and turns out it's hard to make something taste exactly the same while
changing the color.
Completely changing how it's. And also, if you don't know what the exact composition of the thing you're trying to make it taste like is.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola's newer option was they released a product called Tab Clear.
Oh, I think I've heard of that.
A really awful designed, like also clear soda. And I think they tried to market as like also like a health product or like good for digestion or something. And they basically just like almost like medicine. And then they're like, they put it on shelves right next to Crystal Pepsi to tank the reputations of both. So Coca-Cola made their own clear soda. They made it bad on purpose.
That's fucking
and just made people associate the two of them as being equivalent. It was actually genius,
dirty and underhanded, and I love it.
Coke is doing the same thing. I swear to God, with AHA, because AHA because AHA is their sparkling water, and it fucking sucks. It's trash.
Who are they trying to compete with?
I think Coke makes AHA. Let me double check before I slander a company again. Yeah,
who makes LaCroix?
LaCroix and Bubbly are the two main.
Yeah. I mean, LaCroix probably dominates the market, right?
I was gonna say, I think sparkling water might be too established for it to be a complete.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised you brought up Crystal Pepsi and not New Coke.
New Coke was also on there, but there's more. I thought Crystal Pepsi was. I found more
Yeah,
New Coke was basically like they changed the formula and people were like, "This is not that much better," and also just change it back. I think they tried to like make it like sweeter or something. I didn't read about it.
They tried. Yeah, I think they tried to make it sweeter. They specifically designed it to beat Pepsi in that like taste test thing that Pepsi was doing as a marketing strategy, where they'd have people try like a single drink of unlabeled things and being like, oh, which one do you like more? And Pepsi being sweeter was generally liked in like
Oh yeah, that's right. In
single
small
swig
quantities,
amounts.
they liked it better. But then when
Yeah,
they're like, I would rather drink a can of regular Coke instead of an entire can of this sweeter new Coke. So they ended up reverting it, and they had to
yeah.
call it Coke
They
Classic.
they reverted it.
Uh,
They reverted it, but they also stopped using. They also stopped using like cane sugar and started using
Oh, high
cor-
fructose.
corn syrup,
Yeah.
which is like
do you guys know that
some
the
people some people theorize it was all a fucking cover up to
Stop
be
using cane sugar.
to stop using cane sugar.
do you guys know that Hershey uses like the thing that's like in vomit? There's like like it's not really an active ingredient because it's your vomit, but like there's
It's
like
some acid or something.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
yeah,
present in human
Yeah.
vomit
I can
yeah,
definitely taste it when I eat a Hershey
as a
chocolate.
preservative.
yeah. It's
I read about that. I think
it's why British chocolate is much better.
Yeah.
no, it's why British people hate American chocolate or Hershey's in particular.
Yeah, and I am one of those people. Actually, that's not true. I'll
Hershey's
eat Hershey's.
I don't
But I'll eat anything that's sweet. So I'm like, I give Hershey's a B, which means it's a normal person's like F minus.
Well, that's the funny thing is we don't detect it because we're used to it.
Yeah.
Because the chocolate in overseas is manufactured differently.
Well, yeah,
They
but
don't
I've had a lot of overseas
I think
chocolate
even
growing up.
cheaper
I know, but
chocolates use
you've
a
had
lot
both,
more of
though.
it.
Yeah, I did.
I
I've
haven't
had
had it at
chocolates
all.
that I've had chocolate that like I don't know. It reminds me of vom. And I
Yeah.
don't
Really?
really
You
cheap
can sort of
chocolates.
taste
Yeah.
it if you like
I feel like
someone
I can't.
told
I
me.
feel like
My
I don't
dad.
care, though.
Yeah, exactly. My dad told me about it when he was over for the
I
wedding,
think I'm
and
just
I was
used to
like,
it. Yeah.
oh shit, I can fucking taste it. But it's like,
We're just like, yeah, this is what
yeah,
Hershey's tastes like. What's
yeah.
wrong with it?
Yeah, this is what chocolate tastes like. Yeah.
It tastes like vomit, and it's awesome. Come
Yeah.
at me,
Yeah.
dumb Brits.
But it also has sugar in it, so I'll eat it anyway.
I love
Fucking
vomit.
redcoats.
Give me more.
Oh. By the way,
do you really?
By the way,
what you said you had some quickfire products?
yeah, what are the
Not till
quickfire
the end,
ones?
bud. Are we? Do I need to speed run this?
Probably, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I have one
Yeah.
more that I thought, honestly, the last one I thought was going to take the longest. Pepsi
Okay.
lost. Yeah, they discontinued this after a year. I
That
couldn't
makes
find
sense.
the monetary value, but a lot.
Yeah.
All right, last thing. I'm just going to speed run this. I'm just going to show everything. This is the United States Football League from the 1980s. This was meant to compete with the NFL, a second league that played in spring and summer. For some reason, I had never heard of this.
They've done this multiple.
They have, and they've actually reinstated it this year under the same name, but no other. It's like technically they own the rights to both.
Competing with MLS?
MLS. NFL. Yeah.
American football.
American.
Oh, football.
But they also did a different one like recently that I think is still up, isn't it?
They ran in April of 2022.
No, not this one. I knew this one was restarting, but there was one that started in like 2018 or 2017.
Yeah.
They've tried
They're
a couple
constantly
times.
doing this.
Yeah, they are. Everyone's trying to always constantly take away the monopoly that the NFL has, but it's never going to work. I think it was the XFL or something was the other one that was recent.
XFL is different. I almost did XFL. I wrote that down too. That was meant as like. Have you seen like indoor field hockey where there's like walls that you like slam people? Not field hockey, indoor lacrosse matches.
Yeah.
Basically, they play it like hockey where you like slam people into walls, and it's just like a rougher version. That's what the XFL was supposed to be. And I think they had like, I think they were working with like the WWE to trying to get like the sensationalism and stuff like that. And that and USFL both introduced a lot of cool ideas, like the overhead camera setups. And like they actually started to do like video instant replays, like video review of like challenge calls. They did that before the NFL did. So it actually introduced a lot of cool ideas that the NFL later adopted. But anyway, this specific iteration of the USFL, I guess I'm trying to go fast here. They try to capitalize on. It's like, oh yeah, people love football. We'll play when the NFL doesn't. This guy, David Dixon, he had like a set plan. It's like, all right, this is how we're going to make it work. we're gonna be like have this. You have salaries for teams are capped here. Like you gotta like get all your players for like this much, and then we gotta like work out deals for broadcasting, and like we're gonna be playing in NFL stadiums, so that'll like get we don't have to like build entire new facilities, and now also like give us what's the word I'm looking for? Legitimacy, I guess, is the closest thing. Give us clout, yeah, because we're going to be playing with the NFL plays.
Yeah.
And so they had so many good. This guy had so many good ideas, but then he's like, all right, I need investors, and then everybody basically, because it's all like franchises or whatever, everybody kind of manages their own team however they want, and so they stopped following his plan. It kind of started with like they signed some Heisman. I forget the name of the guy, but he was a Heisman winner, and they signed him out of college, and they like immediately like broke the salary cap for the entire team just to sign this one player because he was a high profile name.
Yeah,
because he was being scouted by NFL teams pretty much, but he was also still an underclassman, which is also against the rules that this guy set up, David Dixon.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh wow, we're building all this hype by like signing like big name players. Let's immediately forget about the salary cap.
They fucking blew their fucking budget.
They blew their budget. And they just like they did what they absolutely could not do, and that's compete with the NFL. So they started competing with the NFL for players, and then the NFL started to push back and be like, all right, well, we're just going to bid more for players too, and we have a lot of money too.
Yeah.
And the other thing is like the NFL already had worked out deals for broadcasting and like stadium usage. They basically just kind of started to throw their weight around and just basically make problems for all the USFL teams.
Yeah.
It basically just spiraled out of control, and that there's also like there's just not as nearly as much oversight into how being qualified and to purchase a team. Like you basically just like, oh, like you're like in the oil industry. Oh yeah, you're probably rich enough to afford this team, and then they'd have to like completely ditch their team like halfway through the season because they like ran out of money or whatever. And it's like there was just so many good ideas from this guy, and yeah, the money wasn't there, and as soon as they started to cut into the NFL, they're just like,
I'm
gonna stop you right there.
Yeah. Ever since the merger with the AFL, it like also they were also competing for they were already going to be competing for view time with college football. Which in a lot of places is bigger than the NFL.
College football more or less matches up with the NFL. I think they were trying to play in the off season of both college football and NFL that the times they weren't.
That seems like a really narrow window.
It's not really though. Like
really?
Spring and summer. College football more or less matches up with the NFL.
That's what
really?
XFL. That's what the XFL was trying to do too.
Ran in a different season.
Yeah,
like they were running it like right after the Super Bowl or some shit. Like I remember because I watched the inaugural season a tiny bit of the XFL.
Yeah, the XFL definitely had a different vibe. I think
I don't remember it being that like inside thing you were talking about though, because the games I saw were outside on the XFL.
Outside?
Yeah, they were.
I meant just like overhead. I just meant like overhead cameras.
Oh, I thought you said like something about it being indoors and like shoving up against walls and stuff like that.
No, that was the indoor lacrosse. I was comparing it to that, and it was like it was meant to be like a rougher game with like.
Okay.
Even as rough as football is, but it was meant to be like hardcore sort of sensation.
Interesting. Yeah.
The Spike TV version of the
NFL. It was I think it was like partnering with the WWE or something like that.
Yeah. But speaking of like I was saying like how everyone was trying to do this since 2015. There like the leagues that have started in North America, like football leagues, American football leagues, there's been the XFL, the Liga de Futbol Americano Profesional, which was in Mexico, the USFL, the one Ryobi's talking about, the National Arena League, the American West Football Conference, the fan-controlled football, the American Indoor Football Alliance, and the Arena Football Association have all been made since 2015.
Yeah. One of these is going to take off at some point, I think.
Maybe.
And as long as the NFL doesn't keep stamping them back down into the ground.
I think that's what the NFL is just going to keep doing. It's just going to monopoly.
NFL, here's the thing.
Monopoly stomp them.
If the NFL fucks up really bad at exactly the right time, then there's opportunity. But like none of these are going to compete unless the NFL fucks up.
It's also like trying to compete.
They lose.
It's also like trying to compete for a sport that like is kind of risky to invest in long term. You know what I mean? Because it's like all the CTE concerns and health concerns, and like I feel like people will only get more and more conscious about stuff like that.
Yeah, that's definitely like a newer development that that was definitely not like I agree. I think that's going to play a larger role.
Yeah, forward. but I think that's going to be long term, like
definitely in the future.
Yeah.
So last couple of bits here. They lost a lot of money on this. Notably, when after in their when they were moving into like their fourth season, they tried to go all in and switch their. They totally swapped that. This is not David Dixon's ideas, but at this point, a lot of investors made a play to switch their seasons to directly compete with the NFL and play in the fall and winter.
It's so silly.
And then they sued the NFL for having like a monopoly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And the best part is they won their lawsuit, but all of like their demands got denied because what they were basically angling for is like they're losing so much money with like basically through all the things I talked about before, and they basically like, all right, we're gonna do the same season as you guys, and we're gonna try and merge the leagues. That was their angle. That was basically what the reason their lawsuit was going for. And then they basically agreed. The verdict was like, yeah, the NFL definitely was like had monopoly traits and was like bullying people out of like broadcasting and like stadium stuff, but that's not the reason why. The reason the USFL is failing as a business is not because of the NFL. It's because you guys just suck.
Well, not only that, but what they're asking for wouldn't help. It's like you're asking, like, this big monster has gotten too big and powerful, so we want to join the monster. It's like
it was a very obvious play.
That was the AFL's decision.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's silly. And how long? 40 years later, we're still doing the same shit.
And none of them had their own stadiums at the time, I assume.
Yeah.
Because no way.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Not none. Very few. But the best part is, so the
even
USFL
if they did,
was awarded,
they probably just like leased it from some like college or some shit. You know what I mean? Like it's not like
there might have been like one or two new stadiums built, I think. But for the most part, I think they were just loaning the stadiums. So I think they won $3 as a settlement. The USFL did, and were denied the rest of their.
Wow!
Damn!
Fucking a slap in the face.
Yeah.
I think the Wikipedia page says that check has never been cashed.
Wow.
I mean, why bother?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I won like $1 or something in the lottery like a bunch of years ago, and I never went around to like going through and like getting it or anything like that because I don't fucking care. It's $1.
Could be like almost
I'll probably spend more money going through the effort of actually like claiming this dollar than it's worth.
Especially if you count the time as your hourly wage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the time taken to drive somewhere and cash it.
Yeah.
Almost not worth it. Okay.
100% not worth it.
Yeah.
Less than not worth it.
Okay, rapid fire ones and then
I know I've been going for a while. Other fun stuff. Cheetos lip balm. They released this not as a gag product. This was something they actually thought would work. Bottled water for cats and dogs. That's this diet. The presentation will catch up. But yeah, it's called Thirsty Dog or Thirsty Cat, and it's like, oh, mineral water for your animal. And it's like, why the hell would I give them that?
Yeah.
Heinz Easy Squirt. Do you guys remember seeing this in stores? I think this might have been around, but it's basically ketchup that was colored.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So there's a purple.
I don't understand why that failed.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's bad for you, pretty much.
That's true. It
Kids
does.
would be,
It's just like the whole shtick is like, we dyed this thing with artificial shit, and it's like,
yeah, and that's exactly how parents reacted. They're like, kids are like, oh man, I want the purple ketchup, and parents are like, all right, fine, and then it's like, all right, Timmy, do you still want the purple ketchup? And he's like, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm like 6.
And I bet someone.
Okay. And I'm also not taking.
Oh, I've seen that one. I've seen that one. That's the juicer in a patch
Juicero
thing.
Yeah, the Juicero.
That you had to,
that's the last one.
That you had to buy only their specific juice packs when all it would do is squeeze juice out of the juice pack. You could literally squeeze the juice packs with your hand.
Yeah, you're basically buying packets of juice and putting it into like 2 weights that you slam together. And it squeezes it into a cup. It's like you could literally just drink it out of the pouch.
You could just drink it out of the pouch and done it with your hands. You literally pay like $50 or $100, whatever the fuck this shit is, to do it so they can take your data too, because you had to in order to use it, you needed to use an app
online.
Yeah, and you had to and then you had to enter your email and shit in order to open the app to make juice squirt out of a bag. Oh, I hate that product.
Yeah, that was. I couldn't believe that exactly. Well, I can't believe that existed, but I couldn't believe that it got that as far as it did, and nobody's like, I can just crush it with my hands.
Oh, I kind of want to.
The reason it got as far as it did is it wasn't an actual corporation producing it. It was like a Kickstarter project or something
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
The people who made it were intentionally scamming people.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was gonna say. I want to take this segment and do a spin-off where it's just instead of failed more legitimate products, it's failed Kickstarters. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, failed GoFundMe's and shit.
Be interesting. Or ones that succeeded for the creator made a crap ton of money and the investors got nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like that smart umbrella that was supposed to just blow air away from you before it hit you. It was literally it was supposed to be a fan on a stick that blew so powerfully that water could not fall on you.
No way.
You had an air force field.
I need to look that up.
And people bought it. Or they didn't buy it because it never existed, but they bought into the Kickstarter.
What? Okay, yeah. I want to meet
they
these
kickstarted
people.
it.
Or maybe I don't want to meet these people.
Yeah. You just feel bad because it's you just see a cool you just see a cool product and you really want it to exist. So you suspend disbelief.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can suspend disbelief without suspending all your money.
All your money.
I'm sure there's a huge number of people who put $5 into it. I don't think there's a lot of I don't think there's a lot of people that were like, "Oh my god, I need it," and
why put $5 at all though?
Put $1,000 of their $3,000 in the bank into it or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get that at all. It's like, oh man, somebody's making real ass lightsabers. Do you want to get in the Kickstarter for $5? I'm like, nah. That'll be cool if they make them, but
yeah, I don't care if I'm in the first round.
Yeah, I don't need to be the first one with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
It's probably better that I don't have one.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd wave it around, fucking look down the barrel like Luke does in the first.
Yeah, except they actually turn it on.
Ballistic knife, but it's a lightsaber.
Straight through the eye.
Just a laser.
Yeah.
That's just a laser.
All right, so let's go into some acting.
I'd definitely wave it around and cut a
piece
of my body off.
Does everyone have their scripts open?
No.
My script is open. You don't have your script open?
Jesus Christ.
You have the first lines.
You idiot. But I'll explain while he's doing it. So we're doing a scene from A Midnight's Dream by Shakespeare.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
I'm sorry. No. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Sorry. Yeah. A Midsummer Night's Dream. And this is Snoot playing Wall and Lion, which is going to be played by Ryobi. It's a play within a play. Bottom playing Paramus, which is me. Jeez, that doesn't bode well.
Paramus?
Here, I'm going to say Paramus, because it's fucking cooler.
Okay, sure. I don't think it's cooler.
It is.
I think that sounds worse.
Paramus, the bold.
Ryobi?
And Flute playing Thisbe. That'll be RJ.
Yeah.
In A Midsummer Night's Dream. Act 5, Scene 1. This scene is a play within a play. Play within a play. These men decide to put on a play for the Duke's wedding. This is the first scene where a couple arrange to meet up and do so with a wall standing in their way. Thisbe is woman played by a man. Thisbe, you are woman.
I am woman.
Have you guys actually seen this play?
No.
Or read it?
I'd like to.
I have no idea what this is about.
Honestly, I'd really like to see Shakespeare, but like, you know,
You're about
not a lot of opportunities.
You're about to.
All right.
really experience it directly.
All right, let me know when I should start.
You probably shouldn't.
Up to you.
You probably shouldn't start at all, but whenever you want.
Wait, why?
Now, go!
Wait,
Before
why not?
I change it, I'm just laughing because I think it's gonna go poorly. But that's kind of the point.
I'm gonna do great. Fuck you guys.
Okay.
Can we wave like a checkered flag?
No.
To start Ryobi off.
Oh, I thought you meant like a white flag, like you're giving up.
I am.
Okay, wait.
Or shoot a gun in the air.
Okay, no, I'll just start. Okay, but you guys can't give up in the middle. It's not even a long scene, okay?
Yeah, no one's giving up.
Yeah.
I'm
Except for
mostly,
George.
mostly aiming that at George.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you're the one who wants us to give up reading. Usually, you're the one who
I'm saying like. No,
for example, you were the one vying to quit the scary stories in the middle. Just saying, that was no George.
Huh?
Was I?
Yeah.
That was a horrible decision from you, Ryobi.
Was I fed up with your reading of it, or was I fed up with the story itself?
No, because I was laughing and I couldn't start reading at the beginning.
Yeah. And I did say something like George is the wrong person to pick for running the second.
Yeah. Something like that.
Well, let's stop talking about our past episodes.
Yeah, this is a very serious
topic. No. Also, in episode 4, there is a I don't know if you guys saw it, hour 1 minute 16. No, okay.
Oh, there's something else I forgot to say about Skyrim.
Can we backtrack a couple episodes? We were talking about Skyrim a little while ago.
You know what they have in Skyrim? Walls.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
wall.
Let me get into the mindset of a wall.
Oh yeah. Can your guy lift up his hands? Because he is supposed to do that, but we can just narrate that. Okay, we'll just narrate
just gonna say, why is the wall of fingers any? Okay, we'll get to that.
Well, I've never seen a wall with fingers. This is weird.
I have. It's me. I look at him every day in the mirror. In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did
it's Pyramus, idiot.
Paramus, actually.
Pyramus, who is a dumbass that doesn't know how to say his name. Could you cough any louder into your microphone?
Yeah, but I didn't want to interrupt people.
Did whisper often very secretly this loam, this rough cast, and this stone.
Also, back to the pyro thing. You say pyromaniac, so Pyramus.
Yeah, but it doesn't have
Pyramus.
That I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this, the cranny, I am now blue text for some reason, and this, the cranny is right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are.
I gotta do a voice. Okay. Oh, grim-looked knight! Oh, knight with hue so black! Oh, knight, whichever art when day is not! Oh, knight! Oh, knight! Alack! 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 I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, O wall, Oh, sweet, oh, lovely wall.
Oh,
That stands
Fucking show up and you're fucking the wall.
between her father's ground and mine. Thou wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eyne.
So Wall holds up his fingers. I think I'm like I'm doing like the
You're showing him your chink?
Oh
yeah, I'm
Disgusting.
showing you where my hole is, so you can peek through me.
Oh yeah. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. Wait, sorry. Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me. You fucking wall.
Chill. She's right here.
Enter Thisbe. Oh, wall, full often hast thou heard my moans.
Oh, Wall's getting all the action. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For parting my fair Pyramus and me.
Is there gonna be a glory hole in this wall?
Often kiss thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink.
You see a voice?
Indeed. To spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love thou art, my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Limander, I trust thee still.
And I, like Helen, till the fates me kill.
It sounds like Oblivion dialogue where they're not even responding to what the other person's saying. Not Shapphilus to Procrus was so true.
Bet these are fucking super witty references that are way out of date.
Yes,
he's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
As Shapphilus to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
Wait, what the fuck? I thought we were friends. What are you calling vile, asshole?
I kiss the whole wall, not your lips at all.
Hey, I'm right here, baby. Come get in this chain.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
That wasn't your line.
That was me. I just said that.
Damn it.
Pay attention.
I was too busy trying to kiss my camera.
Amateur.
I was kissing my camera. Give me a break.
You should not do that.
Wilt thou at Ninny's to meet me straightway? Wilt thou?
Tide life, tide death. I come without delay.
Oh, Shakespeare is dirty as fuck. God damn.
Yeah,
she comes without delay? This girl a freak.
She got that fucking whap.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go. Somehow I get up and fucking walk away.
Wait.
And now my second character.
Wait, the wall said my part discharged. Even the wall is coming? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking came and went.
Yeah, came and then went.
Alright.
Everyone's coming except for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I always come last, RJ.
The real hero of the story. Enter Lion.
But you're Lion.
You're Lion. Oh.
Sorry. Smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor. May now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. Then
that's exactly what the voice I hear when I see a lion.
Am a lion fell, nor else no lion's dam.
Ryobi nailed it.
If I should as lion come in strife into this place.
Damn, even the lion's coming. Like,
where the fuck are these people that just run into a fucking lion?
Probably in Atlanta or something. Zoo Escape, maybe.
Also, I quite like Ryobi's voice. Maybe not lion-esque, but
no, this is how lions sound.
Oh yeah.
This is exactly how Simba sounded in The Lion King.
That's you, Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where's my love?
Thisby runs off. Enters Pyramus. Oh, sorry.
Ah!
I forgot about your roar. That's my bad. Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams I trust to take of truest Thisby's sight. But stay, O spite! But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes, do you see? How can it be? O dainty duck, oh dear! Thy mantle good, what stained with blood? Approach, ye furries fell. Oh, fate! Oh.
Not furries. There's no furry. Oh, I guess I'm the furry here.
I was so surprised. I was
just a guy in a cat suit.
I'm like, why are there furries? Shakespeare really was ahead of his time. Like, goddamn.
I mean, honestly, a guy in a furry suit makes a lot more sense than a real ass lion.
Yeah.
If you think about
Oh,
it.
Approach, night wolf.
Oh, fates, come! Cut thread and thrum. Quail, crush, conclude, and quell. Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame? Since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear. Which is no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that liked, that looked with cheer? Come, tears, confound, out sword and wound, the pack of...
A sword is an entirely different thing, sir.
No, it's not. It's the mispronunciation of the word sword. Sword. And wound.
A sword. There's a thing called a sword, which is spelled with an A. It's like an area of land.
Are you saying a sword?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying sword. One word.
S-W-A-R-D.
S-W-O-R-D. Sword. And
sword.
wound. The pap of Pyramus. Or Pyramus. Or Pyra Moose.
Doesn't matter, you're about to die.
Ah! That left
or Peer Amos.
Famous
heart
Amos.
stuff hop.
Yeah.
Stab myself. Ah! Thus die I, thus. Now I am dead. Now I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, loose thy light. Lose thy light, I mean. Take thy flight. Now die. Die.
Are you dead yet?
Yes.
Kick his body.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my love?
Dove.
Oh, Pyramus, arise!
My
Speak,
dove,
speak,
you fool.
quite
Shut up! Fucked up too.
Dead, too.
You're dead also.
Must cover my sweet eyes.
Thy
These,
sweet
my
eyes.
lips.
Damn it.
This
Corpses don't talk.
cherry
They do
nose.
now.
This yellow cowslip cheeks. Seems like a bad thing, but okay.
What's the cow
Are gone. Lovers make moan.
Stop moaning.
His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me. With hands as pale as milk, lay them in gore.
Gross.
Since you have shore with shears his thread of silk.
Now he just
Tongue
had
not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade, my breast imbue.
Isn't it
Stabs
imbue?
herself. And farewell, friends. Thus this be ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Boo.
Dies.
Boo. You guys suck.
So everyone who watched the video, I'd like to rate I'd like you to rate each person's performance out of 1,000.
Luckily,
I think my line was
no
lacking.
one saw
I
the
liked
video.
my wall much better.
I liked.
The wall had the best lines.
I think the line sounded was probably even worse to listen to than it was to do that voice. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh.
At least I got to say stabs herself, which I think is pretty cool.
That was my favorite. That might be my favorite part. The whole "Come, my blade and my breast and brew," stabs herself. Double kill.
Oh.
No maidens.
No maidens.
Wait, when we were talking about that before, skill issue. Was that when we were recording when we were talking about that, or was that before?
I think it was before.
That was before.
Okay, it just makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
No. Whoever's watching us must be up to date with current events, so they know what's going on. They know what's hip and happening on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Sword spree.
All right. Pokemon. Pocket Monsters.
Yeah, so for my segment, I'd like to start off a discussion about Pokemon.
Well, too bad. We're doing a
or as my dad likes to call it, Pokemans.
Pokemans.
This is the first ever hijack. We're actually talking about Digimon.
I fucking say one fucking thing about Digimon.
It was a well-known competitor to Pokemon.
Name 3 Digimon.
Digitron, Digibot, and Digirex.
Sound right.
You know what the worst part is? I can't confirm with 100% certainty that those aren't Digimon.
Exactly.
So he very well could be right. And I'm not about to Google Digimon.
So which ones did you guys play growing up?
Digimon? None of them.
My first Pokemon game was Ruby.
Wait, I thought this was
That was my first game.
Yeah.
I played like older ones later on. Never for very long, but
yeah,
Ruby was my first one.
I don't think I ever played an actual older one. I played like Soul Silver and Fire Red, or at least parts of them, which are not the actual older games, but the
remix. Yeah,
remix.
The oldest one I played was technically an emulator, but I did play the original.
Yeah, me too. Emulator was me as well. Emulator gang. What was my problem with doing, like, whenever anyone has a conversation about Pokemon is I'm like, I don't retain names because I refuse to. So like, so it's always like, whoa, what's like, name your best or your go-to squad or your best squad or something like that. It's like, I don't know any of the Pokemon names.
What's your favorite Pokemon? Do you know what your favorite Pokemon is?
Pikachu, I guess, because I know Squirtle.
Are you fucking for real?
Hey, nothing's wrong with Pikachu. I like Pikachu a lot, actually.
I know like Voltorb, Magnetite or whatever the fuck.
Is Pikachu your favorite non-starter? Then
Pikachu is a starter.
Well, Raichu.
Well, yeah, Pikachu is a starter in the one game.
Yeah.
Or actually, maybe 2 games.
2 games if you count Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah.
2 games if you count Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah. Raichu, I guess.
Cat Pikachu.
Oh, I like Poochyena.
Poochyena?
Damn it. No, I thought it was Poochyena.
George,
if it's Poochyena, I don't like it anymore.
I always said Poochyena because I couldn't be bothered to read it fully.
Well, but not only did I misread it.
You could be right and I could be wrong.
But now
it's Pooch and Hyena, right?
If it is Poochyena, then I no longer like that Pokemon. But if it is Poochyena, then I do like the Pokemon. So we have to get to the bottom of this. I only like it if it's Poochyena.
Dude, you know what
Pokemon? It's Poochyena.
No, that Pokemon's trash. Okay. It's absolute garbage. The worst Pokemon there is.
You guys know Rattata? I always when I was a kid, I always read it. I'm pretty sure I just added 3 more syllables every single time.
It's not Ratatata?
Ratatata or something.
I thought it's Ratatata.
I think it's Rattata.
Yeah, I think we all called it Rattata when we were kids.
Rattata or something like that.
Yeah.
It's Rattata.
It should be Rattata. That sounds much better. Sounds like jazz. It sounds like scat jazz.
And then the evolution is Rattata.
Yeah.
It's Rasputin.
Oh, and in this newest game, they gave my second favorite non-starter in evolution. So Dunsparce, they gave it an evolution that they called Dunsparce, which is like
that's a pretty good name.
Which is barely a different Pokemon. And it's like every feature that Dunsparce has, but like one more of it. Like it has like Dunsparce has 2 body segments, so Dunsparce has 3. Or no, Dunsparce has 1 body segment, so Dunsparce has 2. I think it also has a form with 3 segments. Like it also has like a drill on the end of its tail, so there's like another like little drill on top of that for the Dunsparce. It's really, really silly. I like it.
Yeah, I have no idea what that Pokemon is.
I don't know. If the third one is Dunsparce, then I think
if there was a third one that was called Dunsparce, that would be amazing.
It might be the best Pokemon.
Yeah. What's your favorite non-starter, Ryobi?
Oh, this is why I made this list, dude.
Non-starter and starter. Give it to me, Daddy.
I'm
Squirtle and Raichu.
I had to break this up by Gen. Truth be told, I don't have much of an opinion beyond Gen 5. I liked the grass starter in Sun, but I can't remember its name. It was like an owl. I think Decidueye was like the last evolution.
Yep.
I like the
what's your favorite starter? Hands down, period.
Favorite starter hands down is
any
Final
starter.
Evolution. Final Evolution is Blaziken 100%.
Yeah. Yep. Blaziken.
I like fighting.
Blaziken's my boy. He's the only humanoid Pokemon I like.
My favorite, my favorite starter besides Squirtle is the plant eater looking dinosaur, like the biggest dinosaur there ever was, like land dinosaur. The
Chikorita. You like
yeah.
Chikorita,
really, I thought Meganium looked silly.
I like Chikorita. I like Meganium less than Chikorita.
I'd like Meganium more if it was a lot bigger. If Meganium was like
actually dinosaur size.
Yeah, Titanic, like dinosaur size, I'd like Meganium. But like
I love Meganium.
Like it's Play-Doh version of a Brontosaurus.
I love Meganium. It's so like I like you basically always slap in Pokemon because it's fucking easy, but I just remember going through whatever game that starter was in and just yeah, and that just fucking
tapping the early gyms with grass moves.
Yeah, it would just clap everything. Yeah.
I think the much better Pokemon that shares like basically the same look as Tropius. They just gave him like bananas on his chin.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny. It was like
and wings, which I like, way cool.
That looks stupid.
Yeah,
that's dumb. Yeah, Magnium or whatever the fuck is way better. No, Tropius is dumb.
He has bananas on his chin.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
Awesome.
What's not to like?
This thing is basically coming out of a flower, but it's a dinosaur. It's fucking savage. God, I want to play what one is this from? I'm gonna download an emulator tonight.
Gen 2.
So
Gold or Silver.
Yep.
I think it's the most recent. Unless
that was the one I think I played the most. I played it on in middle school on an emulator on my one of my Androids, and I played the shit out of it.
Nice.
Oh, I love that gem.
And then my favorite non-starter is Aggron. Absolute cool. Beast mode.
Also dinosaur reminiscent.
Yeah.
If it was plated in
fucking armor. Yeah. He's a beast.
Good
Absolutely stuff. Tanks hits. Unless you hit him with Aura Sphere, then he dies.
Yeah, well, don't get hit by Aura Sphere.
Yeah.
Don't fight any fighting types.
Or that other Well, his defense rating is high enough to tank like fucking like regular old punches and like things
is
like
it
that.
special defense that's also fighting, which Aura Sphere falls under?
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you saying, George?
Bayleaf also fucking slaps. Everyone in that evolution chain is a beast, is what I'm saying.
Still on the Chikorita train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what was the name of the games from Gen 2? Like
Silver
and
gold,
and
crystal.
Silver and gold. Okay. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't. It's hard for me to pick one like favorites from overall. I think I told RJ this. One of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon is Hitmonlee, just because I like fighting types.
Did Silver get remade?
Cool. Hitmonchan is the much better Pokemon, but his design is awful. I hate that he's wearing boxing gloves. I absolutely I could not dislike it more.
Blastoise.
He's just kind of goofy looking. Yeah.
It's like Sock and Throw that are just like wearing.
It's just
fucking,
a dude. He's
like,
wearing real ass clothes.
Yeah, they're wearing like karate outfits. Fucking get out of here.
What were you saying, George?
Blastoise is in like the same chain as Squirtle, right?
Yeah. Blastoise
okay.
is based.
Okay. Yeah.
Blastoise is a beast.
He's so. I love that whole chain. I mean, I'm pretty sure Squirtle, that whole chain of turtles, is the reason that I like turtles to this day.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Blastoise is probably the coolest water starter of all time.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I don't know about that.
Maybe it's 2 against 1 anyway.
Maybe the third coolest. Probably the third coolest starter of all time. I'm gonna give a slight edge to Charizard.
I need to think about them.
Hot take: Charizard's overrated.
The Piplup line from
Hot take. Pearl. Hey, it's literally a hot take because he's a fire type.
I do like Piplup. I do like the Piplup line.
Yeah,
wow, no response to the hottest take of the year.
Water and Steel.
You guys just can't.
It is really, really close between Charizard and Blastoise. Like they're practically like the same quality in terms of design.
No, because Charizard is crap.
Charizard's fucking sick.
Charizard is
It's a fucking cool ass dragon.
Cool?
It's the dragoniest dragon.
That's not dragon type.
He's so
it's more dragony than any dragon type dragon.
That is not true. It looks like it's way too bottom heavy. It looks like
thick.
It's too thick. It looks silly.
It's got bigger wings than any other dragon type.
I haven't seen all the dragon types that are new, but I just in a vacuum, Charizard sucks. He looks silly. He's too thick at the bottom, and I've always thought he looks goofy.
Not thick enough.
Like his arms and neck are too skinny.
Yeah.
He's not any thicker than whatchamacallit Dragonite.
Well, Dragonite also sucks then.
Dragon tails.
You know who's sick? You know who's sick?
Dragonite's just obese.
What's the steel version of Onix? Is it Steelix? Steelix?
Yeah.
Steelix slaps. Best Pokemon there is.
Best Pokemon, full stop.
Yeah. Steelix
just
an
Gen 2 train.
That probably has garbage stats.
You have garbage stats. You nerd.
Onix had garbage stats.
Gen 2 was probably the only Pokemon I ever played.
It's so strange to me that Onix, like one of the largest Pokemon there is, fucking has an attack stat lower than like fucking bugs. Some bugs. Like it's garbage. It's truly the worst.
He doesn't have teeth or arms.
Also, he's like
he's a defensive Pokemon.
Pounds.
Okay, imagine a snake.
Yeah, and now imagine that it weighed 100,000 times as much and was 100 times as big.
Okay, yeah, I'm picturing Onix. He still doesn't have teeth.
Yeah, no teeth.
He doesn't need teeth
to do fucking massive dams. Of course, you need some teeth.
You need fucking sit on people.
Nah, you need chompers.
You can wiggle your fucking fat body around.
Nah.
Fucking like things with beaks can do a lot of damage. They don't need teeth.
The things with beaks are beefs. Things with beaks are losers.
I never really used Onyx. I thought he was kind of whatever.
How dare you?
I don't dislike him.
I didn't say Onyx. I didn't say Onyx. I said his evolution, Steelix.
No, I was
Steelix also sucks because any Pokemon you have to get from a trade for it to evolve sucks.
Well,
I forgot about that part. Yeah,
you had to get it from a trade.
Yeah,
that's why I never used Machamp.
Maybe that added to why I thought it was cool because I never saw it, so it became rarer and rare equals cool.
Yeah. How dare you?
If you could change anything about, actually no. If you could change I think we all agree. If you could change anything about the Pokemon games, it would be make the combat not shitty.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like more challenging.
But if you could do, what's the smallest change you can think of that nonetheless do you think would have would drastically improve?
Okay.
Would drastically improve Pokemon games.
All right, so RJ and I actually talked about this for maybe 40 minutes before, so I really want to hear George's take.
Yeah.
I already took notes on what we said.
Well, just like what we
So having played Shield, what or Sword or whatever. You played Sword and Shield.
I wouldn't even go. I wouldn't start as that from a base. I would start from the old game perspective as a base and just make it more difficult, essentially. But I don't like that they went into like an animated style rather than the like pixelated like top down old style.
I definitely I think, especially since they started putting more cutscenes in once they did that, which is and this is my thing. The most drastic improvement, for the littlest effort. When I'm in a cutscene, allow me to skip it.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a button to skip the cutscene. Give me a button
that goes
to
for
completely skip all the dialogue.
Yeah. And that's not even just Pokemon. That's literally every game.
Yeah.
Every game that doesn't have
every game. I think here's the thing. I think cutscenes are bad. They shouldn't be in video games.
It really I wouldn't say a blanket statement like that. Like there's some definitely good times they're used, especially in like more narrative games, like in stuff like, I don't know, like an Assassin's Creed or like a God of War, or like I haven't played Elden Ring, but I imagine an Elden Ring, Dark Souls type game, like
I think
they can be used well.
If you can move past, if you can get around having to convey the information with a cutscene, I think you should.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely shouldn't overuse it, but I think they can be used really well. And as long as they're skippable, I think they're fine, because you have to make them skippable, because you have to think about, even if you want people to pay attention to the cutscene, like bring up a thing that says skip, are you sure, or something like that, like these are important or something like that. And then like, because you have to make it for second and third playthroughs. Like gamers don't just play games that they really like. Well, some do, but a lot of gamers don't just play a game one time. They're gonna replay it. And so like, especially on that second time, you're even more inclined to, skip cutscenes, and dialogue.
Yeah.
I just Call of Duty got so much done with just like dialogue that people had while you were around. You still had full control of your character. You were still in first person. Like, scenes were happening.
Yeah, natural story beats that were like lower key, or like it was like somebody's opening a door or something, like unlocking something.
But there's like maybe like 10 minutes of cutscenes in like the entire campaigns of those early Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
Maybe not even.
Yeah. I want to go back and play some of those.
That was fantastic. I played Call of Duty World War II when it was free for PlayStation, and they added full-ass, like, long-winded cutscenes to the games, and it made Call of Duty so much worse.
Yeah. You know what I want to do?
It had such a good thing going, and like, it'd be like like they already were not like doing the best job at making their campaigns like they already had shifted pretty much all of their development focus to the multiplayer, and like I don't know.
I think that's what we should do. If like if
we ever make a game.
No. If we ever get RJ back to, well, we haven't even started the streams without RJ yet, but if we ever get RJ back to the streaming,
100%. The thing I want to do more than anything else when it comes to like playing a game, streaming a game, is playing through Call of Duty campaigns.
Yeah, same here.
So
we can just use like the thing me and Ryobi were gonna use for the RV. What's the game called? What's the
Death Road to Canada?
No, sorry. What's the type of game called when it's like you do runs and each time you die you have to start a new run?
Roguelite.
Roguelite? Yeah, man.
Roguelite from
roguelike. Yeah. Oh, it's not roguelike? I always thought it was roguelike.
It's roguelite.
Roguelike and roguelite are both things. Roguelike and roguelite are both things. They mean similar things, but like roguelike is usually a lot more like hardcore, whereas roguelites are kind of like that, but they're like they're not quite as hardcore. So it's like roguelites generally, like with each life you build up progress, and then roguelikes are like you die, you're dead, start again.
Yeah, okay. So which is Into the Breach?
Generally speaking.
Because it's like
I think you do keep some stuff for Into the Breach, right?
So you basically keep one pilot, and
you fail,
and like not any of his mech upgrades or anything, but just him. You just keep the dude.
So that's kind of like a roguelite, I would say. I don't know. I'm not an expert on the I'm not an expert on the subject, but I have recently seen a video that touched on it.
I see. Okay. Interesting.
And
yeah,
I know I've seen both. I know I've seen both terms.
Yeah. So yeah, if we ever do get RJ back, we'll maybe use like the stream share play or whatever it's called, and take turns playing Call of Duty campaigns.
Yeah.
Oh, is that how you're gonna? Oh, that's fun. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't remember those being multiplayer, but yeah, no, that's something.
Could we share? Like, would share play? Because we'd be basically like remote playing on the other person's console.
Yeah. One person we
computer. Like, I'm not sure if that would actually work.
Yeah, it depends if they have those games have it
enabled. If they have it enabled.
Yeah, but like it depends on how much.
Even if they don't have the Steam one, that's true. But my friend, like, I think they've gotten a lot better in recent years than when we used to play it on the PS4. Because my friend used to just stream his laptop like he would stream play from his laptop because his laptop didn't have like it wasn't a gaming laptop, so we would stream the games from his desktop actual rig at home to play at work, rather than doing what I did and just spending like $1,000 on a gaming laptop. He just like played it on a shitty laptop, but streamed, so it was running on his rig, but then just being streamed to him or whatever.
No, it works, especially nowadays with better internet.
Yeah. Hopefully it should work with the earlier games. But anyway, we were talking. We hadn't gotten to Ryobi's small change that he'd really like to see implemented in a Pokemon game.
I want to just touch on George's thing. I think that's a really important thing that I think cutscenes do have a place. I think Pokemon's thing is
they don't have a place in Pokemon, in my opinion.
Yeah,
they completely don't.
It's gotta be, your story actually has to be interesting.
Yeah, I've watched toddler programming with more compelling stories.
It has to be
with more compelling narratives than Pokemon games.
Yeah. Facts.
I don't like shout out to Curious George. That show is fucking good.
You're welcome.
At least as far as like appropriate for 4-year-olds programming goes.
Yeah.
Dude, I love those moves. Classic. Yeah, so I think definitely they do have a place. The Pokemon ones do less, make them skippable.
Yeah.
Like you're really just like, you just want to get back to
Especially
playing.
since
You just want to get back to doing like controlling your character as soon as possible. So it's just like, well, I don't really care about this, or I'm going to have it explained to me in dialogue anyway in about 5 seconds after the
yeah.
cutscene ends anyway. So there's no reason for me to watch this.
Yeah.
And
And the dialogue is also
more than
unskippable.
anything, I'm already familiar with Pokemon. The story beats never fucking change.
I mean,
It's
that's the other thing.
all the same shit every single fucking game.
It's made for kids. That's why.
I'm an adult. Let me skip this.
Yeah,
Well,
they need.
I know how to
like
catch a
SpongeBob is
Pokemon.
made for kids, and every single fucking episode isn't the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too. They've been getting more childish. Each iteration of Pokemon feels like it's been getting more childish.
That you're getting older.
Despite the fact that the average player
Has gone up.
the average age is always rising because adults are still playing the game.
Still playing them. Yeah, they're really not.
Like they have
adapted to that market.
Pokemon genuinely has a serious adult market, and the fact that they're like, it's like they're trying to drive adult fans away.
That or they know
Like,
the fans are whipped and they'll play them no matter what.
Yeah. It's just
both.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's silly to me.
Yeah, one game I wanted to mention is like a game that did cutscenes really well, and like they always added something or like explored like character facets, and there's like actually a decent amount of like cutscene volume or like playtime or something like that. Like I don't know the exact number of like minutes, but Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order had like a really engaging story and like interesting characters, and the cutscenes were also unskippable. I didn't, because here's the thing.
Yeah.
I only found
you
that
also
out.
don't have to fucking press A to get through them or something like. You can just watch them. Put down the controller.
Yeah, it's a cinematic experience. But here's the thing: like I didn't notice that
cinematic Pokemon.
I didn't notice that they weren't skippable until my second playthrough because it was engaging. I didn't want to skip it. I wanted to see, because it mattered. It was like, it was cool. It looked good. I wanted to get the kind of the details. So I didn't even try to skip them until the second playthrough. And then, but like George made that the point, replayability is huge, especially with like Pokemon games. People go through those time after time. Not being able to skip, it's such a drag.
Yeah.
Just make it be able to skip.
Yeah. It's so
especially
annoying.
like that's I think my second change I'd like to see from a Pokemon game. It's bigger and not as impactful to me, but a new game plus that allows you to like it takes Pokemon, sets them to their original, like you pick 6 Pokemon, it sets them to their original stage. And gives you access to them at their level 5 at the very beginning of like the next playthrough or something like that. So like you can just choose like a team to train from the very beginning, because there's so many Pokemon that I'm never going to bother training because they don't show up until like mid to late game. I already have my team worked out.
Just get that variety in there.
Yeah.
That's one of the draws of like stuff like Nuzlocke, and like I was just thinking, like, that was like one of the, and from like a role playing perspective, that was like one of the first things people add to games, like to mods like Skyrim, was alternate starts of like just I want to be like have this background, and that actually kind of gets into my not small change. It would be more like different direction for the game, but in terms of not changing anything mechanically, of having a new story, once again appealing to an older audience, having a story where you're not a kid and doing something, maybe not even just you could still be a kid, but doing something in the Pokemon universe beyond the I need to beat all the gyms and then beat the Elite Four, like that sort
and
of journey.
Also whatever the bad guys are doing.
Yeah, and also have whatever team Cookie Cutter is up to, stop them as well. Just I like the Pokemon universe. I could give two shits about the same old I must become champion storyline at this point. Give me something else.
Yeah.
I want to be
absolutely
a Pokemon cop or something.
Yeah.
100%. Or I don't know. I don't know what I want. I want something different.
That's part of what I liked about the competitions that they had in Gen 3 and 4, and I don't know why they stopped putting them in games. I
Oh,
think
because
it
it
was
wasn't
3
straight
and
up
4.
battling. What were those
Yeah,
called?
it wasn't straight up
Contests?
battling. Yeah, it was contests.
Oh, those were kind of fun.
Yeah, those were fucking awesome. They were so good, and
I don't remember
they
those.
just got rid of them for no reason.
I guess not enough people did them. Or I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to focus on the core competencies.
Yeah, I
Did
didn't.
they
I
change
didn't.
anything?
I didn't do. I didn't do whatever. Well, it doesn't matter. Like something like that, they
Yeah.
have to like spend programmer hours to make.
That's
So it's like,
Yeah.
if
I mean,
people
I think
aren't,
they
But how
also-
much programmer hours are they actually using?
Yeah, like
I don't know.
it's the same game. Well, I think they
The
I
same
feel like
game every fucking time.
in every
Like,
in every gen they try to switch something up. Like I think in Diamond and Pearls one they had like the underground where you could like kind of dig and it was like its own little dungeon sort of thing.
here's another one. How about Nintendo uses its piles and piles of ungodly amounts of wealth to, I don't know, hire voice actors?
It's still not voiced. Oh, you're
It's
right.
still not voiced.
And they don't even have to do like every line.
Yeah.
Like a lot of games just do like they do like a couple reactions or like starting.
They might have a couple of reactions in there.
Leave it to me or something like that.
Or like,
yeah.
But like cutscenes would be a lot more bearable if like you could be listening to someone
and not mashing A.
Yeah, and not mashing A.
Oh god. I'm like, oh, maybe I should get the new Pokemon, and I'm just being reaffirmed like you're not gonna like it.
Yeah, no.
You're gonna like part of it, but you're gonna also be mad.
So any last points on Pokemon before we move on to corrections and Rex?
I forgot we had to do that.
You have to do it. I only have one this week for myself.
Now, we all definitely want to revamp Pokemon's combat. How do we think that would be done?
Okay, quick,
I have no clue.
Quick.
I'm not good at balancing shit.
We're on a time crunch here.
Are we?
Divinity, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Because we still have to do this ending segments.
Yeah.
Divinity Original Sin Combat. Look it up. It's top down. You can alter the terrain. It's still turn based, so you can keep most of the mechanics of Pokemon the same.
Yeah, 100%. So
it might
something
slow
similar
down
to that. Movement and terrain control needs to be
like make it an actual combat rather than just like the lazy like choose your attack each turn or choose one action basically is all Pokemon combat is.
Some minimal amount of tactics should be required other than going, I know that other Pokemon's type, I'm going to use the strong type.
There are tactics at like the competitive level, but for the most there's such a small percentage out of the number of people who actually play the game.
And also like I wouldn't want to play competitive level tactics. It's not fun.
George,
it doesn't strike me as fun at all.
Yeah, no.
Because you guys just beat Divinity. Is Divinity combat too slow?
No.
Do you think that would add too much time?
I mean, like they could have sped it up.
It could add a lot of time, but like if you rework the fucking core combat of the series, you have time to pace the game around that fact.
Be a lot faster if they had sped up like animations. Like I think a lot of the slowness is just like the animations being really slow.
Yeah, like your character walking places they could fucking run.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. The walking animations in that game are
annoying to watch like I remember watching Medora cover like 50 feet at like a regular walking pace.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, it's so annoying. Yeah. But anyway, so I do only have one correction, and it's for myself. I said Mad and So Sick by Neo are on the same album. When I was talking about, I couldn't remember what song I was singing when the person offered me that job at Tim Hortons. And I said, oh, but it doesn't matter because they're on the same album. They're not on the same album. They're not even on like back-to-back albums. Like there's an album in between.
So which was
well,
the
at least
song?
they're by the same artist.
Yeah, they're definitely both by Neo, but yeah.
It'd be so funny if one of them was by Will Smith.
Mad, and then So Sick.
And Mad was the one you were singing, and So Sick was the one you thought was on the same album?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't know which one he was singing.
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you mashed them up, and you're just like, wow. They're like, wow, this guy's creative. He just combined them too.
Well, I was singing along, like the song was playing on my phone.
I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Sorry. But anyway, does anyone want to have any other corrections, or should I just go right into Rex? Oh, I don't even have a rec, but I can come up with one.
I was gonna say, actually, my karaoke song, I'm changing it from Country Roads to Fingers to the Bone. This has to be true since I sing Fingers to the Bone while I'm working out loud without music.
Whose Fingers to the
So
Bone?
I'd probably do it given a backing.
Brown Bird or some shit?
Yeah, Brown Bird.
Pretty good song.
I'll look that up.
Pretty good album.
Yeah, like I mean, I usually don't listen through albums, and even when I do, I'm usually reminded on why I don't, because I usually don't really care that much for like at least half of the songs, and I I quite liked 8 out of the 11 songs on that album.
I wonder how many I added. Let's see how many I added just out of curiosity. I'm a really slow typer. I'm still typing.
It's 7 letters. 8 if you're including the space.
Ooh, I only added 7 songs.
I'll never forget.
Still, much better than half.
Yeah. No, it's a good album. Give it a listen. It's Salt for Salt by Brown Bird, if you want an album to listen to.
If you listen to albums, that is a thing you do.
But speaking of music, I think I'm gonna go with some modern
modern country, the best genre in the world.
No,
hey, what's wrong with it?
So I'm gonna go with some modern island music. I'll say West Indies by Coffee with a K.
Oh, I was fully expecting you. I mean, I have no idea where Shansaya is from, but I was fully expecting you to recommend a Shansaya song.
Coffee with a K sounds familiar.
Yeah, Coffee. She had an EP in 2019.
You must have recommended one 2020.
Yeah, called Rapture. And I probably recommended a song or two off of Rapture. Yeah. Toast is my favorite song off of Rapture. That's another great song by her. But I'm recommending West Indies by Coffee with a K. It's a great song. It's really sort of calm vibes, but it's sort of like a low key dance vibe.
I'll listen to that at work.
Yeah.
That's usually what I do. I'm like, who's this artist I've never heard of? I'll throw their shuffle on.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's my rec this week.
Nice, dude. RJ, you kind of had a fun fact at the beginning. I forget what it was, though.
I forget what it was as well.
It was definitely... I thought you were doing your fun fact bit when you brought it up originally, but I can't for the life of me remember what you talked about.
No. I really should. I see fun facts all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, that'll be a cool one to share on the podcast, and then I forget them. I need to write them down.
You did do it. You just didn't call it the fun fact. I'm just gonna chalk it up and say you did it yours already, and I'm sure we'll all remember it. When we
yeah.
Okay. Mine. I'm just gonna do bang out real quick. So this is a word that you see everywhere. I'm actually just gonna. Oh yeah. What is the Japanese word for teacher? Tell me. Or sensei. One of the words.
Maestro.
Sensei.
Yeah, it's sensei.
Damn, I said the Spanish one.
That's how you say sensei. Or that's how you write sensei.
Wait, maestro is Spanish for teacher?
Yeah, maestro. Or maestra, if it's a female teacher.
Huh.
So, this specifically is, the kanji have a couple meanings for both of them, but it's like the one for previous and then the one for like life or born put together. So it's like someone born before you, pretty much, with more life experience is what it boils down to, and that's what they use for teacher. So sensei specifically is used as like it's like the name. It's like it refers to somebody who it refers specifically to someone who teaches something or like is a master of something. So you're not necessarily always a school teacher. The name of the occupation of school teacher is kyoshi.
Huh.
And you would also say if you said you would say I am a teacher, you'd say I am a Kyoshi. You would not say I'm a sensei because that's also more of a you're kind of gassing yourself up a little bit if you call yourself like sensei. And if you basically I'm master. It's just not like something you call other people sensei, you don't call yourself sensei, sort of thing. And you also it's also like when you combine it with somebody's name instead of like you know how they do like san like name san RJ san sensei can also be used in that regard to refer to somebody. Thank you for muting your microphone.
Okay, good. The mute did work. Good, because I was very loud.
George is kind of dying.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Oh god.
I did learn like an hour ago ish. No, more than an hour ago since we've been doing this for more than an hour.
Mhm.
But like maybe like 30 minutes before the podcast began that there is a bird that migrates from Alaska to Tasmania
Oh,
in
wow.
a single nonstop flight. No
Damn.
resting, no eating, just flying.
Damn. Savage ass bird.
Which like that's a huge that's the amount of like a jet airliner is like that's how far a jet airliner can fly without refueling, I believe.
So it's
Interesting.
nonstop.
Yeah.
Damn.
And what's the name of the bird one more time?
I don't remember the name of the bird. It's
okay.
The
That
fly
could be
bird.
correct. We'll have to visit that next time.
Yeah, that'll be on the next
Name that
corrections.
frickin' bird.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I want mileages. I want miles to the gallon of bird.
I do by the way like this doing these two segments at the end. I think it's like it's a good couple wind down segments too. Like
yeah.
Yeah, I think it also keeps it so a little more honest.
It allows us to not
that
drag.
too.
It allows us not to do the Midwestern drag.
Yeah, it's all your fault, honestly. You too.
Yeah. That makes sense. I just realized that I haven't recommended rock or swing yet.
There's a lot of music genres, George. We've only been doing this for 5 episodes.
6. This is my 6th thread.
Episode 11.
Yeah.
I've done.
Oh, we're on 16, aren't we?
Yeah, I did all
to be fair, you don't listen to that much rock. It is kind of surprising you haven't recommended a swing.
Don't listen to that much rock. What are you
compared to the amount of rap you listen to and the amount of rock there is and and how popular it is, I would say you comparatively listen to more swing based on like the average amount that people listen to swing.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true. Compared to like the average, like how much the average person listens to rock versus swing, I definitely listen to more swing. But like I have 440 songs in just my hard rock playlist, which doesn't even include a lot of my classic rock or my soft rock.
440, did you say?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, which doesn't even include a lot of my classic rock or soft rock or folk rock.
Uh-huh.
So, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, George is a busy boy, and he only gets 1 song a week. He's really kind of
yeah. It's bullshit. I should really get 12 songs a week.
You could do an artist instead, but
no. I'm just memeing. I like doing this.
Okay.
But just to recap, I did want to recap for no reason, but I did All My Girls Like to Fight, then I did Lord Forgive Me, then I did Crazy House, then I did The Woods Acoustic, then I did Red-Handed Stranger, and now I've done West Indies.
Is The Woods the name of the song?
Yeah, The Woods.
Oh, I had those switched in my record. Okay, hold on.
I have the name of the creature, the bird. It's a bar-tailed godwit.
Interesting.
That sounds like you just pulled that out of a name generator.
Oh yeah, he did.
That's basically what everyone knows like 12 animals or whatever, and every other animal that's sounds similar to nonsense. That one is just sounds like complete nonsense.
Yeah.
Bar-tailed godwit.
It's just like the same thing, but add a different word, like the red-tailed deer or the white-tailed deer.
Oh my god, from the fucking hunting game.
And everyone else will just look at it and say deer.
Yeah, exactly.
Deer.
Or there's
Actually, it's a red deer.
Dumbass.
Be red after I shoot it. Bang, bang, bang.
Boom, bang, boom.
What was the show that
We should end the podcast.
What was the show that
That's the
the
Musk
college
deer.
humor guy had that aired on True TV? Adam Conover.
Adam ruins everything. Yeah.
That's right. I think he did a thing on how like a bunch of the time when you order a fish in restaurants, it's not the fish that's advertised.
Yeah, what do you?
Because they can't. It's just a similar fish, and like they can't tell you that they're selling like Alaskan bliggity blop. Like when what you want is.
Oh, I have an interesting fact.
Or whatever. Like they don't have cod. They don't have cod, but they do have this thing that's exactly like cod. So they're going to tell you it's cod.
Yeah, the sea bass, the sea bass, its real name is the Patagonian toothfish. They couldn't sell that because toothfish sounds fucking disgusting. So it's the sea bass now.
Like children's teeth. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Are we talking about teeth last episode?
Probably. Anyway, let's end the show. Anyone?
No, we were talking about teeth this episode
because
we said that Onyx has bad attack because it doesn't have any teeth.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, anyone, anything important anyone else has to say?
Not important, but I would argue none of this podcast is.
True. All right, catch us. I guess we'll be back on the Thursday, first.
Not this Thursday.
No, the first.
Next week's Thursday.
Yeah, the first of December.
Oh shit! No, I won't. I won't be.
Okay. So
sorry,
you won't be available the Thursday after.
Are we rescheduling that week or just doing Thursday after?
I'd like to reschedule if we can.
Are we doing next 29th? Tuesday then?
I can do 29th. We'd kick the game streams one more week, but I mean, I haven't had a problem with that so far.
Yeah, no, I'm going to I'm visiting a friend in another city and going to a convention.
Oh well, that'll be
cool.
Fun. Yeah, that'll be awesome. But yeah, so I guess 29th we'll be back. Happy Thanksgiving all, and we'll probably have winter borders, so look out for that.
Oh boy,
that'll be exciting.
Production value.